Welcome to Docwob TV, episode 3. I don't know what number it is, I'm making it up as I go along. Today we get another Honda episode. We're filming a Kawasaki episode as well. We have been a bit slack. Danny's been moving house. I've been organising events, Hawkston, VMXDN, don't you know? So there's that to do. There's some other bits and pieces on the event side that's coming up, so it's exciting times for sure. We're also building a new garage, and it's all systems go with titanium for race teams. It's off the charts, so that's great. So I want to show you this 94 CR500 that we finished. This one is actually going to go on Lee Edmondson's new only comps site. So we're going to try the competition side, see if it works. So he's going to be filming and putting that so you can win it by buying a ticket, I guess. That's up to him. I'll build the bike, he can sell the competition. So that's what we're going to do with that. So I can show you a couple of things with that. We're going to go through a couple of little bits and pieces that we didn't show you last time. So to start on the Honda 500s, this is a little bit of a different thing. We're always trying to source and remanufacture factory parts. These ever so cool Honda front brake master cylinder protectors were a HRC part that got copied by a company called Plastic Works. Couldn't get them for love nor money. They were very, very cool. Luckily, I still have one. So I got it copied, and they fit the master cylinders that go directly into the hose. So not the banjo one, the hose has to go directly in. So this is like 85 up to 91. 92 they changed to have the banjo bolts, they don't fit. But it's a really cool injection, well not injection molded, but vacuum form piece. Goes on there, bolt goes through, cable tie on there, proper old school works factory. So I've got 50 of them made. Will they sell? I hope so. I know I'd have one if I had an 89 CR500. That's what I'd be buying on the bike. So another thing we're working on, CR500 frame guards. We've had them for quite a while, but we're just trying to improve on them just a little bit, and we've got a new supplier. So we've had to do new drawings. Trying to get these right has been quite tricky, because they go on like this, and then we've had to draw the centers and get them so they all line up. Then you add the bend and it all goes different. Then we get them 3D printed first, and then the shape goes. It's not there yet, but we're getting there. Just to show we do actually make this stuff. We don't just buy it in from some random place. We do make it, and we are working to make it fit absolutely perfect, because anything else ain't good enough. So the frame guard thing, it's a more than a one-dimensional issue. You got to get the holes in the right place. Then they all move when you bend it. But also these bosses, we have to get these bosses CNC machined. The Honda one has a taper to go through the larger hole in the frame, which then locates the master cylinder. So they have to be thin. The hole has to allow for your tool to go in and be welded. This was obviously got too hot there. So you start with dimensions with a flat plate. You then start adding the bends to it, because there's a bend in the middle there, and there's all these bends on it. It all changes up. We have these in flat and bent form to try and make them fit, but they're quite hard to bolt on because you can't attach the lug. So you have to go down the road of getting one down to there. That's when you find out if you got it wrong or not. So it is a real ball ache, I've got to be honest with you. But like I say, we don't just copy them, we do make them. And getting them right sometimes. Other side's dead easy. It's easy, easy, easy. This side is causing us some issues. So the left side, it's not easy. It's less hard than the right side. There's less fixing points, less bends. But you can see we're still messing around with different lugs and different, but they tend to go on fairly well. So that's kind of where it's got to sit. That's the lug that needs welding on. But everything, you've got to get access to your subframe bolt, mount bolts, swing arm nut, come out. So there you go. That's what it will look like when it's done. We're very close now. Very close to pulling the trigger on these. And, well, do you want to go through the spec on this one before we take the seat off? So this 94 CR500 Jean Michel Bayle replica, that's all it is, replica, nothing fancy about it, is been through the workshops, had everything done to it, belongs to us. It's now going to go to Lee Edmondson's new Only Comps site. We'll do a video with him showing the bike. Just wanted to give you a little rundown. So you'll be able to win it for, I don't know what the tickets are going to cost. That's Lee's department. So we're going to try that route on it because there'll be a lot of people who fancy having a go at owning one of these for a few quid, which would be nice. But it's full rebuild. Motor's all been done. Honda Racing clutch ignition covers, new piston, new crank, new clutch, everything brand new in the motor. Ali tank, DP pipe silencer, bigger foot pegs, HRC case guard, re-anodized forks, the Kashima colour gold, anodized the top clamp, billet bar mounts, rental twin walls, brakes all rebuilt, 280 front disc, 240 rear with the billet carriers. Hub's been Cerakoted black. Front hub has been replaced with a 6-bolt 95 onwards hub, so we can run our 280 disc. So there's that with the modified spacers. New spokes, new rims, new tyres, new tubes, new rim locks, all that. Gubbins. One of our HRC replica front plates, which with the hole in a different position to the other ones, which we've now got. They're like frame guards, new kickstart, suspension's all been serviced. New linkage bolts, new everything, all new brakes, new chain sprockets, our own Docwob Sunstar looking factory HRC sprockets on it. Our own axle blocks, aluminium nuts, our own spacers, everything else. She's a new pin. The thing is, how do you value them nowadays? Because that's had a £6 grand rebuild on a bike that cost £7 grand to buy. Is it worth that? Who knows? There used to be, you could build these bikes and make a profit. Now, I think you struggle to get your money back. If you're paying somebody else to do it. If you're doing it yourself, big difference. But it's all well and good if you're doing it yourself. So, carb vent kit, carb vent pipe kit. This is, I've showed you on a CR500. Now, this was developed in the early 90s by some of the teams, Pro Circuit mainly. And what was happening was, it's not really a 500 problem, but through the whoops and into like a rhythm section on a 125 and 250 especially, what was happening was as the bike was in the air and you were in like negative gravity, where you get, the carb is gravity fed from the tank, there's no pumps. So as you got negative gravity, the fuel in the float bowl was coming up and out of the overflows, and as they were landing, giving it a handful, there was no fuel in the float bowl yet. It was taking time to come back down the fuel pipe. So what they developed was T-pieces. So basically you attach these little T-pieces to the side of the carb where the vent pipe comes out. It then has one pipe that goes up, one pipe that goes down. So as you go up and you're floating and you're just about to land, the fuel goes up the lines, and as you come back down again, comes back down the lines. So you've got the fuel pipe filling the float bowl and the fuel that was up the vent pipes filling the float bowl as well. So it removes that bogging issue. Now a lot of these carbs, Honda 500s, that's the 01, that still has just the 2 vent pipes sticking out sideways. Some of the 125s and 250s by the mid-90s had pipes that go north and they go up and out. That basically got rid of these pieces. It wasn't till about 2000s where they put the pipes over and flip back down again. So they developed this little canister. This canister has to sit sideways on like this. We mount it on the frame underneath the coil. So you take a piece of pipe, connect it to the T-piece. Now these T-pieces are designed to push onto the carb. That pipe that comes outside of the carb, there's a little bit of tape on it. So you put these on in the right place, put it in the vise, pinch it up, and they're on there tight. They're not going anywhere. So you've got these 2 billet machine pieces. You then take some of the fuel pipe that we supply. Now you get one piece of 3mm, which is for the float bowl, and you get 4 pieces of 4mm, which is for the vent pipe kit. So that goes on there, goes down to the top of the T-piece, both sides. So the fuel comes up. Inside here is some open cell race car fuel tank foam. It's vented, so it's not going to get dirt in, it's not going to do any of that business. So it's quite a technical little piece. It's not cheap to make, it's hollow, it has to be made in 2 pieces and pushed together with the foam. Our usual price for the 2-stroke carb vent kit, because we secure this from a company in Japan who supply HRC to the same spec as theirs. We get through a lot of it. That's 25 quid for the pipe and the clips. It's an extra £45 for these 3 pieces. I know it's expensive, but it's ever so trick, and you cannot find the original ones. Just another thing. So we've got them in the shop now, available for sale. We've made these for a couple of years, never sold any. We forgot about them. How bad's that? So now we've got the new shop. They're in the shop for sale. So we can do them with the hose kit. I think they're about 70 quid. Engineers over here. Where's my coffee anyway?
I thought you would be coming.
No. So you can see it fitted on this Only Comps 94 CR500. This thing is dripping. This thing's got every living thing on it. Apart from tire. We didn't go for tire on this one, trying to keep the budget half sensible. So it's all replated steel. But there it is. There's the carb vent kit. Available in our shop, but also available on this Only Comps CR500. Well, it's trial season, isn't it now? Little update on this 2001 CR500 we built for a customer. He brought it to us. In fairness, it was quite a nice thing, but there was a few hidden little nasties. We had to do more than you would think when you saw it in one piece. So there were some frame repairs, case repairs, a few bits and pieces, but nothing, it's all good now. So as you can see, she's all built. We're waiting on a pro circuit pipe. God knows when that's going to come. But we'll get it finished, get it off the bench, and it'll just wait for that. So, usual thing, frame stripped, blasted, repaired, skid plate, lugs, case guard lugs, all that stuff. Into the motor, full motor rebuild, fluff and buff the cases, dry blast the cylinder head, new piston, new rebore, new crank, new clutch, new whatever the motor needed. We do a bit of texture, so we got fluff and buff the cases by hand, dry blast the cylinder, vapor blast the head, just makes it all look a little bit different, otherwise it all looks a bit the same. Swing arm gets anodized stripped, then hand polished to bring up to the nice factory brushed look, dry blasted cast pieces, all new bearings. Then axles all plated, all titanium bolts in this one. This one was having the fullness. Black rims on a 19-inch. Oh, I wouldn't pick black, but there you go. Not my bike, is it? It's the customer's bike. New tyres, new rims, new rim locks, Cerakote brakes, 240 oversized Docwob carriers, big disc, Renthal chain sprockets, shop rebuilt, Cerakoted by Ollie at Ceramax, anodized, our own anodized lock rings, carb vent pipes, big foot pegs, Honda racing clutch ignition covers, alley tank, same as on both of them. You can't get them white ones back, to be honest. They look manky. Anodized clamp, polished clamp, Renthal bars, brakes all serviced, suspension redone, the Cashmere gold, all serviced. 280 front disc, billet carrier, new Michelin tyres front and back. All the bells and whistles, this one. It's a proper tool. So customer's going to be having this back and he wants us to build a KX500, which incidentally is what I'm going to show you on the next episode. So that's it for this episode. CR500s. Oh, fucking bars any time. Luckily, they're both finished. I'm a bit bored of working on red bikes at the moment. So we're going to be doing Kawasaki's. I got some, I wouldn't say trip Kawasaki's. White nastiness. Looks like Pablo Escobar's been in here. There's one is cool, but you're not expecting to see it. Believe me, it's something you are not expecting on our channel. And there's a KX500, which is ugly to work on. So see you next time. Like and subscribe, all that same stuff. It really does help. Don't forget VMXTN Hawkston Park. Tickets on sale now. Entry is probably out by the time this video gets edited and out. Change as good as the rest. It's all looking really good. Everybody's really positive. We're excited. New venue, new people, new riders, same format. And there's also some fairly big news coming about Farley. But I am sworn to secrecy on that one for a little bit. But trust me, keep your eye on the social media channels. There's some news coming.